welcome to the Coach Leroy Ryals Show. I'm your host, Buster Crupton. Alongside me, Coach Leroy Ryals, head coach for the Clarke Central football Gladiators. And, Coach, we're, coming off of just a war that we had with Heritage up in Conyers. It's just one of the most just up and down roller coaster type games I can remember in a long time. The emotions being high and then being low, and kind of got to feel like the way that game played out, though, it might have been one that got away.
It's absolutely, Chuck. Buster, absolutely, you're absolutely right. In fact, it reminds me a lot of last year's game. We were up 14-0 at halftime, and that's the first thing we said to them at halftime. I think we were up 10-0 at halftime this time, and with a young team like we have, you got to stay on them about the little things, and we let that one get away from us definitely.
17-0, the Gladiators led with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and I really felt like the way our defense was playing and the way we had dominated the line of scrimmage up to that point, we was going out of there with a win, and Heritage came roaring back.
They sure did. They changed quarterbacks, and they went to a 2-minute offense with some spread looks, and quite frankly, we just panicked. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. We see it every day against our offense.
Right.
We just didn't play it very well. And offensively as well, we didn't put the game away. We had several opportunities when we did get a stop to put the game away, go up with another touchdown, and we did not. So, overall, it just was a team loss, to be honest with you. We didn't do well enough offensively or defensively.
Yeah, we'll see it shortly here in the highlights. There was probably 3 or 4 loose balls we didn't get on top of that we could have converted for easy scores. And then, of course, that backup quarterback for Heritage, number 10, Isaiah Spencer, came in and did his best Cam Newton impression
Sure did.
I've seen of a high school quarterback in a long time.
I tell you what, we couldn't get him on the ground, and we got a little winded at the end. It was just very frustrating. And like I said, I was just as disappointed offensively. We had a couple plays that we didn't quite make. One in overtime, we dropped one. Second play of the game, second play of overtime, we dropped one that would have been a touchdown. We just didn't execute on a couple of pass protections that we down the stretch there, and it takes a team effort. You can't really say offense or defense, but we must improve. We got to improve.
Well, that's 2 top teams that went at it up there in Conyers, Georgia on Friday night. Number 13 in some polls, Heritage, and number 15, 16 in some other polls, Clarke Central. Let's go to the highlights. First quarter action, Heritage, Clarke Central at Conyers. And, Coach, it was a nice, great evening for football.
It sure was.
Clear skies, cool, crisp air, and of course they started off with that onside pooch kick.
They sure did, and we had practiced it all week long, and that's I think Jamel Israel on the fair catch, and he did a good job with that. And here we are coming out right now on a play action pass, and we didn't quite connect on that, a little wide right to Austin Johnson, and it forced a punt on that first series.
Seemed like we had a lot of receivers on them first few catch attempts that the ball just slipped out of their fingers, Coach.
Yeah, we just wouldn't quite hit on all 8 cylinders on that, and here we got a punt here that got lucky here because the snap was bad, but Max Jermaine did a good job of scooping that thing up and getting it off. And here's another third down stop by Javion Hempfield. Did a great job there. Well, I thought we did a great job on their run game, their power run game, which we were very worried about coming in the game. We did a great job there.
Yeah, both teams on their first possessions forced the punt, and here's Heritage punting back to us. And, Coach, that early in the first quarter, the wind was really playing a lot of havoc.
It sure was. So we was trying to make sure we get the wind in our back in the second and fourth quarter, which we did. Excuse me. So, everything played in our favor. Right now we're playing good special teams, just kicking the ball back and forth, and we're good.
There's Jermaine flipping the field position again. He did a good job of keeping the ball out of the goal.
He sure did, and actually we got lucky there. I thought that ball hit our guy, but we got lucky there, and the ball's again on their field position, which is a good thing. Here we make a mistake here. We got a safety line up on the wrong side of the field here, and they get a good run out to the 35, 37-yard line. So it was really again our fault because we're not lined up correctly on the back end.
That's the big running back, number 21, Myron Fears, who ran for a lot of good yardage against us.
He sure did. And here's the play action here. Again, going to the fullback out the flats. A good play action, and they're moving the ball a little bit. So we got our backs against the wall, but we got to make a play here. And sure enough, we did. That's Cedric Armstrong there, making the play on the toss sweep, him and Bam Bam Miller. And again, I thought we did a good job of stopping their run early. especially particularly early.
Clarke Central defense bend, but it didn't break, and so Heritage forced a punt.
Yeah, we forced a punt. We got lucky. The ball went in the end zone there, and we get the ball at the 20-yard line. Again, going back and forth, seesaw battle until we hit this play right here. We hit a little play action here to Austin Johnson for a 44-yard gain. It takes us down in their territory again, trying to flip that field and keep it on their end.
Cameron almost slipped, and Austin almost dropped it, but it was a big game for you, Coach, and now the first serious threat of the night.
Yep, first serious threat. We're running a little naked here. I think we get that ball out here, or we're trying to get the ball to Austin, not Austin Johnson, excuse me, Jaquan Dowdy, but it's incomplete.
Well, I think it did get to Jaquan Dowdy complete, and I think the referee just might have saw it a little bit different. But
well, he may have, but I was just disappointed in the throw. I mean, we got to make a better throw in catching that.
Well, anyway, at the end of the first quarter, Clarke Central Heritage all tied up at 0, but Clarke's starting to win the field position battle. We're deep in Heritage territory,
Sure.
and so the second quarter's starting off in good shape for us.
Real good shape. We're right where we want to be, and we're in a heck of a ball game against a good football team.
Well, let's go to the second quarter and see how this thing plays out as we'll start deep in Heritage territory.
Yeah, on the 22-yard line here, we run the a little slip screen right here to Jaquan Dowdy. He falls down. We didn't do a good job keeping our footing all night. But we'll try to go back to him on that little slip screen, but we don't get it. But instead, old Matt Ward had a great night that night. Kicked a 37-yard field goal there, and we're up 3-0.
And I'm not sure that anybody was having any good food. That field looked like it had a lot of work done to it. It was just chewed up.
It was, and I saw it early, but here we kick it off. Here's old Marquavius Ford did a great job of filling in on the kickoff there. Sitting right there where he's supposed to be. Did a good job there.
Marquavius has really came on strong the last couple of weeks.
He sure has as a sophomore. And he was I think that's Javon Hemphill again on the tackle on the option play. And again, we're playing good defense. And that's important.
Well, he's doing a good job of stringing it out left to right on the run.
He was, again, fourth from the punt again. I think this is the one actually I thought hit one of our guys or something like that. And they threw the bean bag there. We just got lucky on that one now.
Yeah, that ball looked like it could have hit anybody. Well, I was trying to figure out where it was going to stop.
Yeah, these young guys, they just, I don't know, boy. I tell you what, they're tough sometimes. There's Cameron on the throw right here, throw and catch to Jaquan Dowdy.
Jaquan had a big night.
He sure did. I think he had like 6 or 7 catches. He had a big night. And again, just trying to move the chain a little bit. And here we are on the play action again. Ball going out to, I think that's Austin Johnson there on the play action for another gain of 9.
So, again, we're picking up yardage in big chunks.
Mm-hmm. And against a good defense like that, they play an 8-man front. You got to be able to run the play action, in which we hit him right here with the fullback in the flats, Denzel Maxey. Again, just moving the ball systematically against a good defense that's hard to run against.
He may have the softest hands on the team, Coach.
I tell you what, he's a good young man, does a good job. And here's Jelani Payne on an end-around run here. Does a good job of getting around this corner right here and moving the sticks for us. So
now we're really down in deep territory here on Heritage, and Cameron running shotgun.
We run a little clear-out route for Jamonte Smith, and he takes it in from 10 yards out. They give us a nice little 9-0 lead, and waiting on old Matt Ward to kick that thing through for the extra point.
Yeah, Jamonte stepped up big for you and made a nice reception there, and you can see everybody's excited and getting a little enthusiastic on the sideline.
Yeah, and I try to tell them, don't worry about the score, just keep playing, but they're so young and so giddy. they get so excited about the littlest of things.
And Jermaine sticks a foot in it and kicks it nice and deep for you.
Yep, and then we get some coverage down there. Good job on with Javion Hemphill again, and I think that's Quavon Scott.
Okay. Quavon.
Yeah, does a good job of getting down there and covering that thing.
Yeah, Hemphill was all over the field all night long.
He did a good job for it. He sure did. And that's again, I think that's Chica Newcomb right there on the tackle on the tall sweep. Like I said, playing pretty good defense there.
Well, it seemed like most of the plays were happening behind the line. There's a bad snap.
Yeah, I thought we had this thing right before half, man. I tell you what, I don't know how we don't get that ball.
Man,
but that would have been big if we could have got that one now.
It was begging to be picked up.
It sure was.
So the first half comes to an end right there, and Coach, you're up 10-0. You're in enemy territory. How do you feel right now? This game, we know it's a good team. We know that they've got a great defense, but from the started the second quarter on, it seemed like you're moving pretty much with ease.
Yeah, but at halftime you always go to try to first of all fix what the things you're doing wrong and see if you can attack an area that one of their weaknesses. So we really don't. I really don't feel like anything, to be honest with you, other than correcting our mistakes, seeing how we can attack them in a better fashion, and just continuing to get better and better and better. That's all you really worry about at halftime.
Well, it's 10-0. Clarke Central, big region battle, big swing game here, and we're going to go to the third quarter now, and we're going to see Clarke Central continue to do the good things they're doing on offense, which we've got to kick to them, of course, first.
Yeah, we kicked to them right here. Pin them down in the corner like we really want to, but we missed a tackle. Nathan Felton missed that tackle right there, and the guy kind of spins out, and they get the ball out to the 35, 36-yard line, which is a good field position on their part.
So Heritage starts 1st and 10, and
then they run this. I tell you what, we knew they was gonna run that play right there. We blitzed right into it and got them sacked. And I think that's Bam Bam Miller again on the sack.
And again, you gotta like your defense. 2 and 3 white jerseys in the backfield. It seems like every play.
Yeah, we had the number when they were running that ball now for some reason. And here we are. Here we bring the block here, and we get a piece of it. And I think Jamonte Smith blocked that thing. So now we got a block kick, the ball on the plus 45-yard line. We're really liking our situation here.
Cameron under center.
Yeah, we try to take a shot here. We missed some protection up front with the back, I think, and he throws it up anyways, and we got an interception. We got to do a better job of trying to get that ball knocked down as a wide receiver out there.
Yeah, I had 2 white jerseys around it and just couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, here's my man here. We couldn't get him on the ground, boy. I tell you, that concerns me coming this week.
Isaiah Spencer, and if you don't know him, you'll know him pretty soon because he's a real deal. And I don't know why this guy hadn't been starting all year.
I don't know either, but I tell you what, we forced him to punt, though, and get it back to Jamel Israel. He hangs on to that thing. And now we got we're in good shape here again.
Gladiators still up 10-0.
Yep, and then now we get a toss sweep with Jelias Payne going around the corner there and do a good job at getting the ball down. Again, plus territory inside the 30. We feel good about what we're doing.
Well, and you feel like the offensive line's getting a push.
Yeah, they do a good job here. And now on 4th and 1, we run this little bootleg pass to Baylor Ward. He does a good job of running through a tackle and scoring the ball. And I was really, really happy for him to see him do that.
So now you're up 16-0, and you can tell we're really excited at this point. And it's late in the third.
Yeah,
late in the third quarter.
Probably too excited. Wow, man, I tell you what, we had so many chances to put this game away. So frustrated. Old Matt Ward tacking on the extra point there.
He had a good night.
He had a very good night. He sure did.
So now you're up 17-0.
17-0, and here the ball hits the ground. Boy, we just again another opportunity right there to get the ball. We just don't get it, man. We just don't get it. We got to finish. We talked about it all week long in practice, finishing. And here they kept running this route all night on us, and we kept blowing the coverage. We didn't get the pressure on the quarterback. That cost us as well. So
that receiver number 9, Chase Alford, that was one of many to come.
Yeah, he also here they run the little trap underneath, and we don't do a good job up front. We don't read our keys, and they split it for us for like 10 and 20 yards right there.
So Heritage mishandled snap, and another opportunity again, Coach.
Another opportunity behind the line, and we get the sack, but we don't get the ball. So many times they had the ball. Look at that, we missed another sack right there.
And this was I believe it was a 3rd down and long, and he comes up a yard short. But then, of course, Heritage in 4 down territory, being down 17-0, decides to go for it.
Absolutely, and I think they get it here. And again, same thing. Find Chase number 9 there, right down the middle, and again, we don't get the guy on the ground, and that's the problem.
Well, and the quarterback did a good job of eluding that time. He strung the play out and bought some extra time, and here they come. Yeah,
but we're not getting a good pass rush here. We're kind of loafing a little bit, and then we blow up coverage right here, get them back in the game. The safety's supposed to be on the top of that thing, and now they're back in the game. They're feeling good about themselves, and they go and make this thing a 17-7 ball game right here.
So right before the third quarter ends, Heritage fights their way back into this game. But, Coach, you're still up by 2 scores, and you're thinking, okay, well, they got to have the ball back at least twice. Maybe if we can just put together a couple of drives, get some first downs, run some clock, we're in good shape.
But we needed one more score, and we knew it, but we didn't get it. We didn't make plays in the passing game. We didn't make plays in the protection. We didn't run the ball well. So when you don't do that and put the game away, you're not going to win this league.
Well, here comes the fourth quarter, and here comes the big Heritage comeback, and we'll go to that right now and watch how this thing unfolds.
Yeah, Cameron Johnson on a little run right here. I think he gets the first down on this. Again, we moved the ball in spots here and there, but we just didn't put them away. And
it was one of those things where we were moving the ball well enough to think, okay, we're okay, we got this, but it was a false sense of security, I guess. I mean, here we go, another great pass play.
Yep, across the middle to Jaquan Dowdy. That was the first down for us, and
we're on their side of the 50.
Yeah, but then we get back here and run a screen to the freshman, Anthony Smith. Again, I think we had a penalty to move us back a little bit, but we moved the ball again to plus territory. I mean, we just, like I say, we're moving the ball, we just ain't getting it done. And then here we're okay because we pin them down with a punt. That ball goes down here to the 15-yard line, and we just don't do a good job defensively holding them. We got to hold them here.
It's about 7 minutes to go in the game here.
Yep, and we almost had that. That's fourth and bad throw right there. We just didn't quite get that ball. They're trying to go again to number 9 again across the middle. But, I was really irritated about this. They attempted a 42-yard field goal, and we don't rush. That's a no-no.
Well, and it was the way they did it. They were late putting their kicking team out there. I think everybody was a little bit confused. I wasn't thinking they were going to kick that thing, but he stuck it through there.
Yeah, we got to rush. And here we are. Sure-handed Denzel Max. I couldn't believe he fumbled that ball. We're lucky we got it back. And here's a call that kind of summarized the game right here. We throw a screen pass to Jamonte Smith. They called it back for offensive pass interference. Now that thing goes back to about the 10, 12-yard. There's a 20-yard penalty plus a loss of down.
Right, and the key there is if it was just regular old holding, it'd only be 10 yards, get replayed it down. But offensive holding, loss of down, and a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
Or offensive pass interference.
Yeah, and we punted out there pretty good. But now we're up by 7. They got the ball in plus territory.
Well, and they've got momentum now, and the crowd was getting into it. And I thought right here we were making a statement saying, okay, it's not going to be easy.
Exactly.
And the defense was, again, in the backfield making a play.
Yep, but here he just takes a 3-step drop, and we knew this was coming. We called it perfect coverage. We just didn't do it. We didn't execute it.
And, again, Chase Alford, and right across that middle, he just started finding a little soft spot in there.
Absolutely. They got in trips open and did that, and here we're on a sprint out here.
I think he slips here.
Yep.
He proves he's human right there. He did make a mistake in that quarter, that one drive right there, but then, of course, he comes back again strong.
Yeah, and then we got cover 3 called here, and he just kind of steps up and throw that ball in the back. We just got beat right here on the edge, and 17-16 now. We got to block the extra point and try to keep him from tying it up.
And, boy, I mean, that place was rocking at this point. The Heritage fans were pretty much silent all night long to that catch, and then they just got loud. So at the end of regulation, Clarke Central Heritage all tied up at 17 apiece. And Coach, now it's just, what do you tell the guys on the sideline at this point?
You're trying to panic. Make sure they know the rules of how overtime goes, and just try to give them confidence. Although inside you're really burning because it shouldn't be in the situation.
Yeah.
But, we go out for the coin toss, and hopefully we can win the coin toss, which we didn't, and because we want to get on defense first. And then, we lost the coin toss, so we were on offense. And I think the second play of overtime we're going to see here, we drop a pass in the flats, and then we give up a sack. And we just got saved by Matt Ward with that field goal to even give us 3.
Well, let's go to the overtime. It was short and sweet, but both defenses let both offenses penetrate a little bit here and get some scores up, and we're going to see right here with Central on ball first time.
Yeah, we called a rollout again, and I thought Cameron waited too long. That ball was too high. We got to get the ball to him faster. Now it's 3rd and 8, I believe it was. And we called a play action off of this, and give up a sack. It's very unfortunate. And he slips down at the ball to the 22-yard line, and very impressive by Matt Ward to kick this field goal. Very impressive.
He came in like a champ. He
sure
stuck
did.
it right through.
Yep, and stuck it right on through, and then we got a 3-point lead now. Now our defense got to hold him. We got to hold him some kind of way. And the first play, they run the little quarterback counter, and we're nowhere to be found here. They get the ball down to the 4-yard line, and we're just kind of moping around a little bit. Very disappointed right here.
And I'm not sure, but I think they give it to 21 Fierce. No,
21
Fierce.
And they just knocked us off the ball. We kind of quit right here. And like I said, that was disappointing. We lose the game, and we deserve to lose it because we didn't finish.
Well, it was just a heartbreaking loss after being up by 17 to see it slip away like that. But we say it on this show week in and week out. This is 8-5A region, and it's kind of like the SEC. Everybody just beats up on each other, and you never know one week to the next what can happen, and that's why it's so tough in this region. So a bad, disappointing loss for the Glads, but, we don't have time to cry about it. We don't have time to mope about it because we got that big red elephant, Gainesville, that we got to go up to their place this coming Friday. And, Coach, what kind of shape are we in? Did we come out of this game okay injuries-wise?
We might have lost a defensive lineman. We'll find out tonight about how his knee is or whatnot. But for the most part, we got everybody back. We got the guys that were suspended for that game. They're back. They talk about the big red elephant. This is the big red elephant that everybody does talk about in the room. They're, like you said, they're talented. They got a quarterback, Deshaun Watson, and that kid's it's probably the best kid in this region I've seen since I've been here.
Right.
A very talented young man, can run, can throw it. But more impressive, they got guys around him that can play.
Yeah, they got a good running back, number 22.
Yeah, he's on a sophomore.
Yeah.
And they got good receivers, but their defense is a lot better than people think they are.
Well, and I think that's the thing that everybody's overlooking. Gainesville's outscoring people by 40 and 50 points, and I know the offense has a lot to do with that, but your defense has got to have a little something to do about that too.
And I've seen them in person, and they're fast, and they play well, and they do a good job.
Well, Clarke Central goes to Gainesville this coming Friday night, Bobby Gruen Stadium, 7:30 kickoff time. We're going to carry that game if we're able to get a signal live on GITV. If not, we'll tape it and have it on demand. Sometimes when we go to the out-of-town facilities, they don't have what we have here at Clarke, and we can't just plug a cord in and bring it to you live. But our wishes and our hopes are we'll be able to bring it to you live. And, Coach, real quickly, I'd like to honor the GITV Players of the Week real quick. And this week on the GITV offensive side of the ball, offensive player of the week goes to our place kicker, Matthew Ward. Okay. Matthew Ward had 2 big field goals. One to start the scoring off there in the second quarter after a 0-0 tie. Made both of his extra points, and then, of course, kept us alive in overtime with that 25, 35-yard boot, too. So Matthew Ward, our place kicker, our GITV Offensive Player of the Week. Any words for Matthew?
I tell you what, he's a special young man. He's funny too. He plays soccer quite often. He plays on this travel team that plays all over the southeast of the United States. And so twice a week he has to go to soccer practice for them, and then he comes back and kicks for us, and he just does a tremendous job. And he's the one that plays kicking job handily. He's a neat kid to coach.
Well, and I know Coach Ward and Holly Ward's very proud of him, and Holly was very tickled when he made that first field goal, as was she when Baylor scored that touchdown.
I bet.
But Matthew Ward, our Offensive Player of the Week, and our Defensive Player of the Week for GITV this week goes to a guy that was all over the field. It seemed like every tackle he was making a play on. Defensive Player of the Week for GITV, Javion Hemphill, your linebacker.
Yeah, he had a good game. Javion plays with a lot of energy, and that's the one thing. He hustles. He runs through that football. He makes some mistakes, but he makes up for the mistakes a lot of times with his hustle, and just a good kid and a great kid to coach.
Javion Hemphill, and I quit calling the tackles, but I think he must have had half a dozen before halftime, and it just seemed like he was a one-man wrecking crew there for a little while. But that's your GITV Players of the Week. Matthew Ward on offense, Javion Hemphill on defense. Be sure to join the Coach Leroy Ryals show next week. It'll either be on Tuesday or Wednesday after the Gainesville game. We'll bring you those highlights and updates of region standings as well. For Coach Leroy Ryals, I'm Buster Crumpton. So long, everybody.